What's going on, everybody, and welcome on into episode 312 of the Garage Beers podcast. We are brought to you proudly here on the OBR streaming network. The Orange and Brown Report is Cleveland's oldest and largest independent Browns coverage site here in all of Cleveland. And as a part of the OBR, you get to come hang out with us Wednesday nights in the garage as we talk maybe a little bit about the Browns. Again, we're just at that time. But we certainly have stuff to talk about with the Cavaliers. We have stuff to talk about with the Columbus Blue Jackets. We have stuff to talk about with the Cleveland Guardians. And then we're going to do a little throwback, and we're going to start getting into some of this a little bit more. But we're going to finish up with one of our favorite games that we have done in the past that we're going to bring back in a different kind of way tonight. So we got a great show for you here on episode 312 of the Garage Beers. If you are not already doing so, get over to our socials at the Garage Beers on the socials and make sure you are following there as we've got all kinds of good stuff that happens there as well. With you as always, I'm your host, Michael Keefe. Find me online at Garage Beers Mike. Joining me in the garage tonight over on the east side of Cleveland, it's Chad Meyer at Garage Beers Chad. And out in Seattle, Washington, it's Joey Whalen at Garage Beers. Joe, what's going on, boys?
Dude. Well, we're here.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm doing great. To be honest, I had the noise canceling on, and it zoned me out for a second. I'm good. I'm excited about my beer tonight. It's not a special beer, but it is a special beer. It's what I need right now. It's been a long week, boys. It's just I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm ready to talk sports. I'm ready to drink beers. I'm very excited for our game at the end. I think I have some hot takes.
Hot takes.
Yeah. Yes,
I love this. I love this. What's up, Chad? What's going on with you?
Nothing.
All right. Well, that's been episode 312 of Garage.
Yeah. I just had a late game with the baseball tonight. Fletcher just got to bed, and here I am. I'm going to be eating again, but this time it's going to be more of a meal because I didn't have a chance to eat dinner before we left. And but that's the life of a parent with active kids. So here I am.
Correct. Yeah, you got to eat. You got to eat. Just as long as you're not doing the. We can call it out by name. As long as you're not doing the Corey Fuller, eating your salad while you're talking to us. As long as you're not pulling that off.
Yeah, don't do what you're doing right now.
Don't do any more of this right here, and then we'll be all right.
Sounds more like ASMR stuff.
Ooh.
Moist.
Does that turn you on? Moist. Leave it alone. All right. So, hey, we got a lot of fun stuff to get to. Again, all the stuff I talked about before. We'll get to the game. We'll get to all that kind of stuff here on episode 312 here on the OBR streaming network. But before we get into any of it, as you hear Chad having dinner, obviously you can't have a good dinner without washing it down with a cold, tasty beverage. And you know what? I'll lead us off. Joe, you talked about yours being exciting to you, so I'll go first. Then we'll go to Chad, and then you can bring it home with your exciting beer, Joe. And so I got a beer that I haven't had before, but again, it's a can art thing for me. And so this comes from Hot Butcher. It's like a collaboration from Hot Butcher and from Wandering Monsters. I don't know where Wandering Monsters is. I think Hot Butcher is in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where Wandering Monster is, but anyways, this beer is called Maxwell and Coney Go to a Ball Game, and it is a double IPA. It's about 8%, but the can art is just two hot dogs enjoying themselves at a ball game.
Just having a good time.
How do you not pick this can up? How do you not pick this can up? You got
what kind of condiments do they have on them? Is it?
Well, I think one's like a Chicago style dog, and one looks like maybe a little bit more basic.
Yeah, it looks a little scored. It's taking a couple. Maybe he's bacon wrapped.
Maybe, yeah. It's sexy lingerie. We're just gonna call it sexy lingerie.
Yeah.
But it is that nice, my style, juicy, hazy IPA. So we're gonna go for that. Oh, and that's really good. That's a really, really good beer. So that's Maxwell and Coney Go to a Ball Game from both Hot Butcher Brewing and Wandering Monsters Brewing. Chad, what are you drinking?
Anytime your wieners are out at a ballpark, you got to dress them up nice.
Correct.
I'm going to Portland, Maine. Allagash Brewery. This is the Curry. I don't know how the fuck to say that. Yeah.
Curio.
Yeah. And this is a Belgian-style golden ale aged in bourbon barrels.
Whoa.
There we go, right there. Allagash is in Portland, Maine. Been by it. Been to it 2 years. Last year when I went to Maine. Delicious beers at Allagash. Oh, and by the way, this is 10.2%.
Damn.
So this will be good. After the day I've had, here we are.
Hey.
Ass full of nuts. What a day I've had.
Wow. Okay. You know what? That's actually nice and balanced, right? You know, you still taste the bourbon, but you know how a lot of these things that are aged in bourbon barrels are really like heavy on the bourbon?
Yeah.
Like they tend to be heavy on the bourbon. That's not. That's not.
All right. Well, that sounds delightful. That's a good one. I think it's Curio. That's what I'm going with.
I like Curio.
All right, Joe. You talked yours up because you said it's not special, but it is special. So what's the not special beer?
It's the working man's beer, the Pacific Northwest. It's the Rainier. I have just an affinity for this beer. It is so good. It is a PBR, but just not a PBR, not a corporate. It's just very good.
It's a PBR, but it isn't.
But it's not, and it's quite good. I have a 12-pack that I got for $10, which is it's a deal, man. I mean, in these days, going to the grocery store, you can't walk out spending $200. So I'll take my cheap beer when I can get it, and this is a cheap beer kind of week.
Just come up, take your hard hat off, right?
Yeah.
Bring the steel lunchbox full of beers on your lunch break. Right, and have a couple Rainiers. Why not? That's
on
how
the
I
lunch
feel.
break.
As a work from home employee, me dressing up in a hard hat and steel toe boots and packing my lunch in pail, eating outside, and
amazing.
Coming right back to this desk that I'm at all day long. Yeah,
just a hard day of me white collaring my day through the workday.
That's right.
I did walk almost 7 miles during the workday today. I got a little walking pad, getting the legs moving.
Okay,
right.
Nice.
Trying that out,
that's that beer's how I feel about Natty Bo. Like when we go to Delaware every year, Natural Bohemian or National Bohemian. That's it. Oh, it's just one of those beers, man. There's nothing special about it, but there's also something special about it.
What's the Canadian one? Is it Moosehead? Is that the
yeah?
That one is great too. I haven't seen that in a long time, but I love that beer. Very similar.
Right. Maybe we should do that. Maybe next week. You can bring another Rainier on if you want. Maybe we just do working man's beers.
Right.
Yeah, or 40s. I mean, I don't know. You pick.
Have we done 40s? I don't think we've ever done 40s.
No, we can play Edward 40 Hands on the show.
No,
let me clear out my schedule on Thursday.
Would not recommend.
Don't worry. We'll just put catheters in.
Yeah, right. You know how I have to take off. All right, so those are our garage beers of the week. Let us know in the comments what you are drinking, and we'll flash that up. But let's get in to episode number 312. And guys, let's start. We're gonna kind of go with the Cavs throughout the night. Right now, the Cavaliers getting close to halftime. They are just pretty consistently down like 9-10 to the Pistons. The Cavs went on a stretch of just not being able to score the basketball. And then they turned the ball over about 112 times, like they did right there, and now they're down by 11. And so we'll kind of follow along, but let's start with this series because it's been a pretty wild thing to watch with the Cavaliers in this postseason, boys. And that is they're perfect at home, and they are imperfect on the road. The most imperfect you could be. They are undefeated at home, and they haven't gotten a win on the road in this postseason. And I was a little concerned, boys, after we did our shows last week. They go down 0-2 to the Pistons. I was a little concerned that the perfect stretch at home was going to come to an end. And then they just come home, and everything feels different about the team at home, and they look impossible to beat in Cleveland. The problem with that is they look like they can't find a way to win a game on the road. All they do is play sloppy. They play slow. They have laps after laps, and you're going to lose the series to Detroit if you can't get a win on the road. Is there like a way to explain this?
It's a tale of two halves. I mean, it's like I think even in the losses too, like, and the wins, every first half, I feel like it's been pretty abysmal. I mean, I think game 4 might have been like your best first
That wasn't
half
a good
you played
half.
all series. But I'm saying out of the shit first halves we've had. The second half, this is a different team. I don't know what Kenny Atkinson does to these boys in the locker room, but like they come out on like, I mean, the game 4 third quarter is, we'll get into that, I guess, but like the second half, this team is on, and like even in the losses, they are fighting and they are like charging back in that second half. So I don't know if it's just a slow start team, and this is just, if they continue in the postseason, this is what to expect. But you're kind of seeing the same today. I mean, they're down 8 points, but they have another gear to turn on. It's just, I guess they wait to turn it on.
Yeah, I don't know, right? And that's why, like, I would have probably taken Cavs in 7, in 6 or 7, if I could explain their woes on the road, right? Like, you going back to that Toronto series, if there was one thing you could point to, if there was like, okay, well, they just got to fix this, and I think they can get a win on the road. Like, no, they lost all 3 of those games very differently, and it was kind of the same story on the road in this series. So they just have so much to clean up that I don't know. I just can't point to one thing. Sidebar: Evan Mobley bringing the ball up the floor makes me nervous every single time. I don't know. I don't know why he does it, but I mean, I guess I know why he does it, but it makes me nervous every time he brings the ball up. But anyway, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it.
It's a good point, Joe. It's, and maybe that's an explanation for you can't play that way. You can't play that way on the road and then expect to come away with wins. And maybe at home, that momentum swing will happen a little bit more in your favor. It's just, here's the thing. They're so inconsistent from a half-to-half basis, from a quarter-to-quarter basis. I mean, they played pretty well tonight in the first quarter. They shot the ball pretty well in the first quarter tonight. They were making shots. Everything was okay. And then you get that like 5-minute break between the first quarter and the second quarter. And I want to say Detroit, I don't know the actual number on it because I just haven't been online to see the number. But I want to say Detroit started the second quarter on like an 18-4 or 5 run.
It was close to that.
The Cavs just could not make a shot. They just could not find a way to make a shot. Then all of a sudden, they find ways to start making shots. They climb back into the game. They stay competitive. But there's just no semblance. Like, I don't know where you guys think it comes from. I can't wrap my mind around this idea that this team with this level of talent, because again, this is a team that could win an NBA title this year. I still think that. I don't think it's likely. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I think they're gonna, but I think they have the talent to do it. And I think that when they're playing right, they have the ability to beat anybody. But it's like 5-minute stretches of they're going to look elite for 5 minutes, then they're going to look terrible for 5 minutes, and then they're going to be like kind of average for 5 minutes. And I don't think there's been a game this postseason where they've just put a game together, just one game of just good basketball together. I don't think they've done it in the postseason. I don't know where the explanation for that comes from. I don't know if it's a coaching thing.
It's like in-game load management. Like they're just like literally, I mean, they're taking like 5-10 minutes off in the first half, 5-10 minutes off in the second half, and they're just lackadaisical, not aggressive at all. And Detroit just jumps them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it overconfidence, right? Because I mean, I think collectively, like, you know, if this team was playing up to their potential, I think the Cavs have a way better roster than the Pistons do. And I know that sounds funny to say when this Pistons team has won 60 games this season.
Right.
But I think if both of these rosters played up to their full potential, that I think the Cavs are better. But they just haven't, like you said, they haven't been able to put a game together. And I don't know. I don't know. That's the frustrating part about this is this team is talented enough. And I believe it too. This team is talented enough to win a championship, but I just it feels like they don't want it. It feels like they don't want it unless they're at home.
It just defies, and it's everybody. You know, I see this comment from Klinger, and I do disagree with this. They've taken on Harden's attitude. I don't think so. I think they've played basketball like this since way before James Harden arrived. This is how the season has gone. And it wasn't until he got here that they seem to have found a different gear, a different level. But now here in the playoffs, I guess I just don't. You know, like we saw what Donovan Mitchell did. Let's talk about the games in Cleveland, because Game 3 was a slugfest where the Cavaliers got out to a big lead. They pulled to Detroit. They jumped on Detroit in the first half. They were all over them. That first half was just all Cavs. They go into halftime with a big lead. They were up by as many as 17, 18 points, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever seen a lead disappear as fast as it did in that third quarter of that game. I was listening to our buddy Tim Alcorn broadcast that game, and he was just incredulous. It was just in the blink of an eye, the Cavaliers went from up 17 to losing like that. It was like 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. They were up 17. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. They were losing by 1. It was the most outrageous erasure of a deficit I've ever seen. And to their credit, Cavaliers keep pushing. They keep fighting. They get into just a back and forth, knock them down slugfest with the Pistons. And then after a pretty tough game, Max Strus makes the play of the playoffs. If they continue, honestly, if they move on, if they wind up beating Detroit in this series, I think that steal and score by Max Strus when the game was tied late in the game, where he stole the inbounds pass and went and scored a layup, is the play of the postseason for them. But then you also get James Harden clutching up in that game. And how good was James Harden in the last minute of that game? He willed them to a victory in that game when they needed him the most. So you get that game. Then you get game 4, where they come out and look like they did tonight, where they're getting beat in the first half, but it's close. They go into halftime. Donovan Mitchell plays the worst half of basketball I think he's played as a Cavalier in the first half of that game in game 4. And then what we saw out of him in the second half is as special as it gets. Truly is as special as it gets. 39 second half points from Donovan Mitchell. The Cavaliers go on what was that, like a 23-0 run? 25-0 run.
Yeah.
One of the longest postseason scoring runs in history. And Donovan Mitchell ties the NBA record for points in a half in a playoff game with 39. And the Cavaliers go out and win that game. I think it wound up being by 9, but it was close to a double-digit victory. 2 very different games at home, but it felt, I don't know. Felt like leaving that game, what Donovan Mitchell did to Detroit, it felt like, okay, and maybe this is like thinking to the era of LeBron and the way that, like, you think about maybe the series they had with Chicago, where they won the first 2 games in Cleveland. Chicago came back and like tied it up or whatever it was, and then the Cavs got a big win, and then they were able to just put their foot on Chicago's throat and end the series. It happened with Toronto, where they were able to just put their foot on their throat and end the series. And I felt like tonight was the night where they were going to be able to come out and put their foot on the throat of the Pistons and say, this series is ours. And so far it's just not been the case. It's just it's like Cedar Point with this team. It's just up and down and up and down and up and down.
This is a little like far-fetched, and I don't know. Maybe it's not far-fetched, but do you think anything, I don't know how to put this exactly. Is there any chance that it has anything to do with Donovan Mitchell and James Harden? For the superstars that they are, maybe they're the wrong superstars to be in the playoffs for this team. I mean, Donovan Mitchell hasn't been out of the second round. James Harden comes in with a reputation for his playoff woes. Like, are we too overconfident in them? Right? Or like, is this what we should have expected? Like, just battles in the first and second round? Like, is that a thing? Could that be a thing?
Brother, your question is 100% fair. And it doesn't pain me to say it about Harden so much because it's not a guy that's been here. It's not a guy that I feel like has kind of poured his blood, sweat, and tears at this point for the city, for the team. But yeah, obviously, I think James Harden's playoff woes are a little bit overblown in that James Harden's also had some just of the greatest playoff performances ever. And his teams haven't gotten to where they were supposed to get to. But that's a team thing too. Donovan Mitchell, man, they lose this series to Detroit. He's been in the playoffs every year of his career. And he's never been out of the second round. Like,
yeah.
And I think there's an element as I watch him, and I do feel bad about saying it with Donovan Mitchell, because I do think he has come in here and really like taken his role with the team the way you want him to. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
He has really like been the face, but also been willing to like share the spotlight. And he's just, I think Donovan Mitchell has been about as perfect of like a teammate kind of franchise type player from that perspective as you can want. And then frankly, it feels like 90% of the time he's out there, he's one of the two best players on the court, like at all times for either team, no matter who they play. But then you get to the playoffs and like he did what he did in game 4, which is as special as it gets. But tonight, what's he doing? Is he going to be able to do that again? He didn't have a great first half. Is he going to be able to do it again in the second half? Why is it with this team that it's just what we're going to expect? They're going to maybe play one good half of basketball, and you just got to hope that good half of basketball is good enough to come back from a bad half of basketball.
Yeah.
Like the bad half of basketball has to be just slightly better than the good half of basketball has to be bad. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't know. I just wish this didn't feel like such an impossible mountain to climb, even though we could get there, right? You know, it's like climbing Everest. Like we get to like the death zone in like Camp 4. It's like, oh, we're gonna make it. We're right there, and then we just have to head back to base camp because it's like, well, no, we can't do that. We're like we're struggling up here. So like I don't know why this feels like such an impossible mountain to climb with this team as constructed the way it is and as talented as the way it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Man, I hope they find a way, especially tonight. Because again, yes, they're losing. They're down by 8 at halftime. That is not one of their worst halftime deficits of this series. So I hope they come out in the third quarter and do what they've done in other games. And I hope they manage to find a way to get a win tonight. I hope they manage to find a way to get a win at home in Game 6, put Detroit behind them. I'm very hopeful that they can do that. Or at the worst, Game 7, hopefully they can do that. Because I'm very interested to see, think about the two teams that they've had to go up against these first two series. Toronto, not a great offensive team, but long, physical, athletic, defensively oriented. They're going to muck up a series, and they did that to the Cavaliers, and the Cavs won that series. Detroit, not the best offensive team. Better than Toronto, but still not the best offensive team. One great offensive player, right? That's Detroit. Cade Cunningham is a stud. And then guys that you should be able to kind of contain. But again, a really good defensive team. They want to muck it up. They want to force these turnovers. They want to force you to play out of your rhythm. And that's how they get wins. That's how they got 60 wins on the year. I'm so interested in seeing how the Cavs would handle things if they got matched up against New York, who are very much more like the Cavaliers. Offensively oriented, defensively, okay. This is not that New York team the Cavaliers played, 3 or 4 years ago or whatever that was, where it was big, physical, tough. They're trying to do what Detroit does, what Orlando does. This is a Knicks team that's trying to score as many points as possible, they match up. I think it's a more favorable matchup on the court. Like physically, I almost feel like I'm more comfortable in that series. The only problem is I also feel like if the Cavs play this up and down style and they go 5 minutes, like the thing about Detroit or Toronto, if you go 5 minutes without scoring, you're probably still kind of in the basketball game because they're not great offensively. You go 5 minutes without scoring the basketball against the Knicks, that game's over. That game, you have lost that game. And so
it's surprising too. Like a Mike Brown coach team is not focusing on defense. It's very, very surprising.
But it's I don't think Knicks fans fell in love with Mike Brown by any stretch, but it's almost like this is the situation Mike Brown should have gone to all along. Like a team that's really good offensively that he can just instill a little defense in. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where Mike Brown belongs, as opposed to like taking over a young team and trying to build this defensive core or whatever. But I don't know. The hard thing is there just doesn't, I don't know where to put and I don't want to be overreactive to the Cavaliers. Again, this is a 60-win Detroit team. You got to win a game on the road. You're still going to, no matter what happens tonight, you're still going to get a chance to come back and win at home. And you're still going to get a chance to win on the road in Game 7 if you can get it to that point. So it's not certainly, I think I feel like I'm talking about this series like I think it's over. I don't. Again, I think I take it back to what I said before. I think I'm just used to watching certain Cavaliers teams in the past get to a point and then be able to put their foot down and advance. And it's just kind of hard to watch how this team struggles to do that.
Yeah,
that's difficult.
And I think something that can't be understated tonight is Duncan Robinson's out, right? Their sharpshooter, probably their second best offensive player,
100%.
Right, and then a thing everybody was kind of concerned about is Jaren Duren, a bigger, more physical guy in the middle. He's really been a non-factor.
The Cavs have been great against him.
Yeah, so it feels like Cade Cunningham and Tobias freaking Harris are kind of doing that all by themselves on the offensive end. So it's like it feels like the Cavs should have the lead in this series. They just don't.
Well, I think people just tend to do this thing with the Cavaliers where they're like, well, it's that big physical, Detroit's being physical. And I'm watching this series and I'm like, I'm not really feeling like Detroit's out physicaling the Cavs. No. I don't think the Cavs look soft against Detroit like the way they have against teams in the past. It isn't like that. I think the most physical presence for Detroit has been basically rendered a non-factor because of the way the Cavs have played. It's just it's almost like Nadi says in the comments, Nadi thinks they get sulky when they feel like they aren't getting calls. Yeah, I think pretty much every NBA team does that. But it's almost like I feel like I'm watching this team and I feel like I'm consistently saying like, you don't have to do this stuff that you're doing. You're better than this. Like, it's like they don't know how good they can be, and they're all trying to prove something. Yeah.
Oh, just look at those first half stats. 10 turnovers, 20 points for Detroit off of those turnovers. Yeah. That's like your main factor right there. Maybe that's it.
Yep.
Maybe just take care of the goddamn basketball this half, and you can win.
That was the same in the Toronto series. I mean, it's just like I just can't believe there hasn't been any adjustment in a turnover game. Like, I don't know. Like, they're just loose with the ball, especially, I gotta say, man. I mean, we talked about this already, but like James Harden is just, oh my gosh, his little like windmill dribble he does when he's got somebody guarding him. I mean, it's just come take the ball at that point.
Please,
right, that's a fun.
Please no. Well, again, just to kind of catch everybody up on the NBA playoffs, we know the winner of this series gets to take on the Knicks, Madison Square Garden, Eastern Conference Finals. That'll be a tough task. Knicks dominated Philly, just the easiest sweep of all time. That wasn't even close. And so that is what's waiting for the winner of this series. And over in the Western Conference, LeBron James and the Lakers are done. They get swept real fast out of the playoffs by the Oklahoma City Thunder again, it just feels like everybody's playing for the rights to get destroyed by the Thunder.
Yeah.
And the team that will be next on that list, I think it's San Antonio's up 3-2 now over Minnesota. But that series has been a slugfest too. But
yeah,
man,
well, I think they would be up 3-1 if Wemby didn't just try to elbow someone's face off.
That's true. 3. That's fair. and that's generally frowned upon as the elbow face off.
Yeah, no. You don't want to try to break someone's spine. That's for sure.
It's a tough one. But you got to feel pretty damn good. If you're a fan of Oklahoma City or New York right now, you are in the world of confidence. You just feel like, I feel like every New York fan. I mean, I think that is to be said about Oklahoma City. Like, we don't really need to say that. They won the title last year. They're expected to do it again this year. But I feel like every New York fan's watching this Cleveland-Detroit series going, yep.
Yeah. Don't care who. Bring
who
them
wins
on.
This series, bring them on.
Yeah.
And again, I think Cleveland-New York is a very interesting matchup if they can get to it. But I don't know. I don't know, man.
That Spurs and Thunder series is going to be the series of the playoffs, though. I'm really excited to watch that.
I think it'll be fun. I don't think the Spurs, I just don't think they have enough firepower to get a real fight to the Thunder, but I do think there will be some fun moments to it.
Yeah.
So anyways, Cavaliers right now starting the second half, playing better defensively and scoring some points. They're only down 5 now. Donovan Mitchell has another free throw to come. So we'll kind of keep you posted as we go throughout the rest of the show as this game goes. But Cavaliers trailing in the third quarter. Boys, let's move over to baseball. Let's talk about the Cleveland Guardians because a little bit of news over there that I thought was really interesting. How do we feel about the trade that the Guardians make? They send Bo Naylor to the minors, and they make a trade. They send Tugboat, the pitcher from the minor leagues that everybody fell in love with because he's a big dude and has a nickname, and maybe he's going to be good one day. But they send him out to San Francisco for catcher Patrick Bailey, a Gold Glove style catcher out there in San Francisco. When you saw this news come through, what were the initial thoughts?
Oh, huh.
Oh,
Yeah, interesting. It's so it's such a bittersweet trade because I think on paper it's incredible value. I think getting the best defensive catcher in baseball is obviously a huge plus. You're not getting a bat with it, but Bo Naylor has had a horrific season behind the plate. Just no positives. I think the week before he got sent down, he still was without, I don't even know if he got somebody out, but still without a throw out at second. It's not been able to catch a runner all season. Horrible at challenging calls at the plate. It's just a bit of a liability, to be honest, for how good Hedges has been playing this year. It wasn't complimenting his game. The Guardians are I think at this point, 15-4 with Hedges behind the plate. And so you're kind of wondering, there's some many gaps that Bo was not filling. And I think Patrick Bailey, for the value that we got, was an incredible trade. Again, he's not going to produce offensively, but you're not really losing anything offensively by putting him in over Bo. The interesting part of it, though, and the thing that gives me pause is I think this is fantastic for this year. But you have two pretty stud catchers, not too far off in the wings in Columbus. And I'm kind of curious on what the thought process is here for long term. Does that put a timeline on how long Hedges is with the team? Do they move on from Hedges after the season, keep Patrick Bailey, bring up Connor Ingle, and kind of run it with those two going forward? Is Bo trade bait for the deadline? It brings up a lot of questions about deadline this year and then off season, assuming they can do anything this off season.
I think for a team that relies so much on pitching, I think this was a great move. I think being one of the best defensive catchers in baseball, the Guardians now have the probably the best backstop in baseball. Now Patrick Bailey, although he's had a rough year at the plate this year, he has had a little bit of success for as far as catchers go. His previous 2 years, he's been well above the Mendoza line. So if he can get back to that and provide anything like that offensively, coupled with Hedges having, I think it's having a career year at the plate right now. I think that can bode well for the Guardians. And I think the guy you're talking about, Joey, like down in AAA is Cooper Ingle.
Yeah, Cooper Ingle. Sorry, not Connor.
I know he's fucking just crushing it at the plate, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they think he's not ready to call a game behind the plate yet, because I mean, as far as offensively wise, he should be up here right now anyways. You know, obviously the frustration with Bo was a little too much, because he's a good catcher. I think it can't be understated how a good catcher can win you some ball games. And the fact that they traded for Patrick Bailey for this purpose, I think it's a great trade for the Guardians.
Yeah, listen. Unfortunately, you've given Bo all the room in the world to prove himself, to grow. There's just not enough of it, and the same way I felt with Tito, I feel with Stephen Vogt. Like, I trust the way these guys are going to handle catchers. I may not trust the way they're going to handle everything, although they haven't really given me pause on pretty much anything at this point. But when it comes to a catcher, a move for a catcher, I'm just going to trust the reasons that they do it. And to have an underwhelming defensive performance the way Bo has with a non-existent offensive performance is enough for them to say, yeah, we're going to send you back to AAA, see if you can get something right. In the meantime, we're going to bring in Patrick Bailey, and we know at least that we're going to get really good defensive performances out of him, and whatever offense will just be a win. It's like having multiple Austin Hedges, but Bailey is probably just a little bit better.
Yeah, which is high praise. I mean, Hedges is just a phenomenal defensive catcher. There's no sugarcoating that. Like, he is a true asset to the team, as poor as he is offensively. Like, the way he calls games, the way he plays defensively, like, it's just it's really great to have somebody like that on your team. And so now you can have that against righties and lefties. It's not bad. Not a bad thing.
Yeah. And I mean, it's as far as Patrick Bailey's concerned too. I was wondering, he's entering arbitration after this year, so they have 3 more years of control over him. Yeah. And he's making $610,000 this year, so that arbitration number isn't going to be very high over the next 3 years, unless he starts hitting 290 and 40 bombs,
yeah, right,
100 RBIs. You're going to have a 2-time Gold Glove catcher for the next 3 years.
He starts just being Cal Raleigh, which would be, what, pay the man, except for maybe not this year, but
pay the man his money.
I was watching somebody, not to get off track, but I was listening to somebody talk about the AL West, and they're like, man, Seattle just, and I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't overlook just getting rid of Eugenio Suarez like that was nothing. And maybe they shouldn't have expected Cal Raleigh to just do that again.
Eugenio Suarez and Jorge Polanco was a huge factor for that team. Like, they've lost 2, well, I don't know if Suarez was really contributing last year, but Polanco
still
was huge.
The big bat in the middle of that lineup. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, the Guardians. Did you see the stats for the Guardians' record against the Angels at home?
No.
I think they're now like in the last 34 times or 34 games here. I think it's the Guardians are 30-4 against the Angels in Cleveland. Like,
sweet.
The Angels do not win here. The Guardians just swept the Angels. They stay on top of the Central Division, and again with this Guardians team, it's this is I can live here for a bit. Yeah, are we pumping our fists about the James Harden 3-pointer here?
Yeah,
that was beautiful. It was gorgeous. But for the Guardians, this is an area I can live. Keep them towards the top of the division, even if they get overtaken or something, but keep them real close towards the top of the division, because it just feels like, one, the way they're built, there's a run coming somewhere.
Sure.
They're gonna go on a tear at some point. I don't know what the tear is going to look like. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be like what they did last year to overcome that deficit against Detroit. But there's going to be a run coming. I don't think the Guardians are just going to be like a kind of around 500 club all year. I think there's a run coming where they're going to rip off like 10 in a row or something like that, where they're going to go 9 in a row. They're going to sweep 3 straight series. And all of a sudden, the Guardians are going to be in a really good spot competing for not just the division. Hopefully it's just the division, but certainly in the mix of the wild card as well. Again, you were getting nothing from your catcher. You're getting nothing from your left fielder. I mean, the Stephen Kwan decline, I feel bad. I feel bad for how strongly I advocated that they didn't trade him last year. God, they should have traded him last year.
Yeah, in hindsight, huh?
I don't know. Can we diagnose? Do we know what's wrong with Stephen Kwan?
It's timing. I mean, the timing is just completely off in his swing. He, lives by pulling pitches down the right field line.
Yeah.
They're not giving it to him as much, and when they are giving him that pitch to pull, he's taking it. And I think it's purely mental at this point. Like he's just off. He just isn't comfortable at the plate. Like he doesn't look comfortable. He still has a decent eye. Like he's still making contact, but he's not making the right contact. And I don't know if he needs to be more selective, even more selective at the plate, or be way more aggressive and just go for it. Like just swing the bat. Swing the bat, try to pull it, like just find something to work. But the way he's swinging at pitches is just horrific. And
he hits nothing hard ever.
Right.
And I want to, I was actually, so I'm coaching Patrick's baseball team, and I'm working with so many of these kids. They're just 3rd and 4th grade about you got to step towards the pitcher when you're hitting, step towards the pitcher, attack the baseball, go to the baseball. And Stephen Kwan, I'm watching him, and I'm like, my man's a major leaguer who has had a pretty decent career to this point. And I'm watching him just every time he swings, his foot is going down the right field line.
Yeah.
He is bailing out of the box every time he swings. And it's not in the fun, like kind of Ichiro way where he would do that just to give himself a head start, but he would also hit a ball like 106 miles an hour towards left field as he was doing it, right? It is just, if he hits it, it's slow. It's a lazy pop-up. It's a weak little ground ball. He doesn't hit anything hard, and he's bailing on everything. Like, serve the ball in. Let's see regular Stephen Kwan back for a minute. Start serving the ball into left field. Start, like, if they give you a pitch to rip, take it. But otherwise, chill out on, like, the way you are approaching. Because now I'm looking at the rest of this team going, God, I love Chase DeLauder. We knew he wasn't going to be on the home run pace from the beginning of the year. I still love him, though. He's a threat every time he's up. Oh, my God, I love Travis Bazzana.
Yes.
People are freaking out about this. They're freaking out about his batting average a little bit. His on-base percentage is over 400.
Right.
I've never seen a kid come up with an eye like this.
No.
Oh, my Lord. He just is so poised and ready to go at the plate. It is so unbelievable to watch. I don't really care about his batting average at this point. The hits I got no doubt that more hits are coming for him. And you're getting like solid Brian Rocchio out there. Like Brian Rocchio has better stats than Jose Ramirez in certain areas. And Jose's not having his best offensive season, but like I just feel like they offensively have got some really good pieces that are all playing pretty decent. Like Rhys Hoskins is coming around. I think they were this close to DFA and Rhys Hoskins before that Oakland or that Sacramento or the A's series or whatever. And all of a sudden, Rhys Hoskins has been pretty good. And they found some uses for Kyle Manzardo. He's looked a little better lately. Like, things are happening. You got to get Stephen Kwan going. Like, you can't just have a hole in your offense with your left fielder.
But hey, San Diego, you want to give us some prospects for him?
No, not anymore. Not anymore. Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of out of those now.
Yeah.
We cleaned them out.
Yeah. But anyways, the Guardians stay in first place in the AL Central, which is real bad. The AL Centrals. We're back to real bad AL Central.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain life if I was like a Detroit Tigers fan, I'm not sure how I would explain life.
Yeah.
It makes no sense what they're doing.
I was going to say, you were talking about that run. I was like, maybe they can hopefully they can do it soon with Scooble on the shelf.
Yeah.
So they can get ahead.
Just wild. But it's been a fun start.
How long is he
It's been a
out
fun
for
start
again?
the Guards.
He's out for a bit, right?
I don't know exactly how long.
It was.
I'm not
It
sure.
was like
It was 3 months. It was like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, go.
He has loose bodies in his elbow.
Go do things.
He has
Go
loose
do
body
things.
parts.
Tossing t-shirts at a Pistons game, I think.
Yeah.
Loose bodies.
Loose bodies.
All right. So, anyways, little Guardians catch up. Why don't we do our asshole of the week? Because I'm looking at what time it is, and we're going to start getting moving here. So, why don't we do our asshole of the week, where we just throw it around and call somebody out for being an asshole recently? And I'll start because my asshole is kind of just general, but I almost want to just say people who drive. Just anybody who drives is an asshole. But the one I want to say now is just people who drive with no concept of like where they are. So, for example, your dad, Joe, was just yelling at people. Where Patrick practices his baseball is just in this park here in Ridgeville. And it's a big park with like 10 baseball fields, and it's a long park that goes like way back. So there's a road that kind of winds its way back. But it's like real tight quarters. So like there's no reason a car should ever be going more than like 5 miles an hour through there. And these people go through there at like 30 miles an hour. And there's kids like trying to load up their baseball stuff and like, and then they like have the audacity. Maybe that's my asshole of the week, are the people that have the audacity. They're the ones doing something stupid as hell. But then if you like look at them the wrong way, they treat you like you're the asshole.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my asshole of the week. People who are assholes, but then when you want to like call them out for being assholes, they look at you like you're the asshole. That's my asshole of the week because it is infuriating the way people do that. So that's mine. Just people being assholes. And then when you call them out, they treat you like you're an asshole.
I like it.
Next.
I'll go. Man, it's going to get broad strokes here and then get very specific. Give me the United States, our economy, and FIFA. We're going to pull this all together and talk about the World Cup, man. It's ridiculous. Like, we should never be allowed to host any type of event like this ever as a country and as a economy. Like, it's just the prices are unobtainable and it takes the fun out of sports. Like, it's not a product that should be that expensive.
Correct.
Ticket sales, $1,000.
Just to walk in the door.
Just walk in the door for shit tickets. Hotel prices went up 400%. Now they've since gone back and gone down because nobody's traveling, nobody's booking, nobody wants to come here for this because it's so expensive. You have to take out they probably don't have mortgages abroad, but they gotta take out loans to come out. It's insane, and it's just it's a shame. Like it's supposed to be an event that celebrates people and cities and cultures, and it's just why are we pricing people out of going to this game? Like I hope that there are like half empty stadiums because people can't afford to go to it. I like you have to have some type of statement out of this, and like the pricing of this event is just ludicrous. I get pretty angry about it.
I totally agree. And this should be something that like what it should be, what you would want to showcase at the World Cup as like American fans is like how fun it can be with like American fans and how loud and raucous and whatever it can be. And instead it's just straight corporate. It's just going to be a straight corporate atmosphere. And it's what you're getting. It's what you get with the Super Bowl at this point. It's just people can't go. People can't go. Regular people can't go do this stuff. And it sucks. I agree with you. So good one.
It's the same thing with the Olympics too. I signed up to for the lottery to buy Olympic tickets. It's the same fucking thing. It's final round tickets for or even first round preliminaries for track and field and 100-meter dash were like $1,500. It's
wild.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I got a better seat at my TV. So
correct.
Yeah, here we go. My asshole of the week is youth sports parents. Not all youth sports parents, but you know what kind of youth sports parents I'm talking about. Diana, listen, your 7-year-old is not that good right now. Okay, we're trying to do our best here, but he's not Aaron Judge. Okay.
No.
He doesn't need to be involved in every little thing. We're trying to get everybody better here. We're just having fun with these kids. Stop taking the fun out of it. Okay? All right? Stop taking the fun out of it.
Yeah, listen, it was my number one concern about coaching Patrick's team. Because, again, this is the first year I don't travel anymore. It's the first year I've been able to coach his team, like really coach his team. It was my biggest concern was like, I know there's going to be like a parent I'm going to fight with or something, or that I'm just going to have to like tell them to knock it off or whatever. And there's none of those parents so far on my team, which has just been awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. Yes. Do you do like a preseason like parents meeting?
Dude, I did. I made the parents. Yeah. I told them the first meeting, I said, I need you here for the first 15 to 30 minutes. We're going to have a full on team meeting. And I told them, I said, if I hear you yelling at umpires in a game, this is a bunch of 3rd and 4th graders. And I told them I have a sports officiating background. So I know how miserable it is to be told you're going to be umpiring 3rd and 4th grade baseball. It's a miserable experience. If I hear you yelling at umpires, I'm going to say something to you. We're not doing that. We're not teaching our kids that that's okay. I laid a whole level of expectations down. I don't want to be like a hard ass about it. We're having fun. This whole thing's about having fun. But we aren't doing that. We're not.
Yeah.
If you have something you want me to work on with your kid or something, that's fine. Tell me. Don't be weird about it though. Don't get weird.
Yeah.
And I laid out all the expectations and I said,
yeah.
I'd like to work on my kid starting every game and batting fourth.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, dude. I had to send a parent last year in Hazel's fall ball team. I was coaching her fall ball team. I had to send a parent out to the outfield because he got chest to chest with an umpire. It's insane.
I'd be like,
it's absolutely insane.
You go to your car.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
It is. It is. It's crazy how people act. But I feel lucky. That my team that I'm on now, just everybody's pretty chill. Everybody's pretty relaxed. And I told him, it's also this it's like this give and take though. Cause I remember this level of baseball now for me. I remember the minors in Rocky River Little League. And I remember you want to win, you want to win your games. You want to win your, the league. So I told them, I'm it's going to be a combination of just having fun with the kids, but we're going to try to win. We're going to try to win out here because the kids want to, and that you got to do it for them. But yeah, youth sports league parents are crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Patrick batting in the lineup?
Towards the bottom, my man. Towards the bottom. He's getting better in the field. It's getting better in the field. So
hey,
got some studs though. Got some freaking studs. It's fun. Yeah. It's fun to watch some of these kids. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do. I got one little quick hitter before we get to our game. All right, and again, we're just keeping you posted. We're still in the 3rd quarter. The Cavs down 1. Well, now they're down 3 to the Troy Pistons, 75-72. But one little quick hitter. Let's go to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and it's kind of a 2-part thing, Chad. We saw the news that they re-signed Charlie Coyle, and the first thing that I saw before any numbers got revealed, I saw they re-signed Charlie Coyle to a 6-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie Coyle is 34 years old, and I thought, oh, what? And then I saw Then I saw that the average annual value is $6 million a year, and I thought, oh, well, shit, yeah, we'll pay that. That's fine. We'll take that deal. Charlie Coyle, obviously, been a guy that's been very valuable to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So just talk about that signing. Talk about your thoughts of that, both of you guys, and what that, what it says. And is Charlie Coyle a guy that maybe is going to start wearing a letter on his jersey? I know there's a lot of talk about that.
Joe? Yeah, no, maybe. I love it, right? In a season full of ups and downs and the roller coasters that we all talked about, Charlie Coyle was a steady Eddie. He came in from that trade from Colorado, and he was another crafty, solid veteran in that dressing room. And he put together his second best ever year, points wise, 20 goals and 38 assists. And, he's never been anything more than a second or third line center, depending on what team he's been on. And he's been consistent. He's been consistent outside of a couple of injuries. He's been consistent with everything that he's ever done. And he's more of a vocal guy, right? He's not afraid to be outspoken. He's not afraid to tell people like it is. Right. And then, when he was not afraid to tell the boys like it is. Now, when they signed him to that deal, I was so excited because you need guys like Charlie Coyle on your team, regardless of what team it is. You need guys like Charlie Coyle on your team. Playoff experience. He's known nothing but winning hockey. He knows what it takes to get there. He knows what it takes when you get there. Now the contract, 6 years, $6 million a year. That I completely agree with you. That average annual value is amazing. I mean, that's pretty much on par with what he was going to get, even if he hit the open market with any other team. That he wasn't going to get much more than that, but that was going to be his value. 6 years, we'll see. We'll see if it happens. Right, 6 years. I hope he's here 6 years because that means we're winning. But years 1 through 4 have a full no movement clause, so we at least have him for another 4 years. Year 5 has a 20-team no trade list, and year 6 has a 10-team no trade list. So the good news is, if it doesn't work out, it's a very tradable contract after the 4th year. So I think it's just a solid, steady signing, right? With Charlie Coyle signing, you've got the guys you have locked up long term now are Charlie Coyle, Connor Garland, Ivan Provorov, Matthew Olivier, and Damon Severson. Right, Severson and Olivier, just a year prior to those other 3 I just mentioned. But it's a nice, decent core that you have signed long term right now. And I know Don wants to sign a few more. You're right. I know Fantilli is a restricted free agent. I know they want to try to get him under contract. I think it's a solid start for guys you want to lock up long term. Now, on the other side of that, this might spell the end of Boone Jenner in a Jackets uniform. A guy who's been a staple in the community, a staple in this Jackets organization. Yeah. He kind of really fell off as the season went on, especially during that long skid that they went on. When you're in a long skid like that, you look to your veterans, you look to your captain, you look to those guys wearing the A to pull you out of it. And Boone just did not do a good job of that. It could spell the end of Boone Jenner. And if it doesn't, I think Coyle's a perfect candidate to put that C on. So I love the signing, but those are my thoughts on it.
Anything, Joe? Nothing? Good? All right.
No. Yeah, go Jackets.
All right, so just the second part of this quick hitter before we do our draft that we're going to do. But now that we're getting very close to off-season stuff, Chad, I know there was a lot of hope that the Jackets would make some big, splashy moves last offseason, and they didn't. And obviously, some of the moves they did make worked out pretty well. But going into this season, or this offseason, and knowing the way this year ended for the Jackets, very different than last year, polar opposite. Last year, they could not have played better. They just missed the playoffs by a game. This year, they were firmly entrenched in the playoffs, and then they shit the bed. Yeah. How do we foresee this offseason?
Oh, Joe. Yes, Joe.
Oh, goalie. Get a new goalie. Get 2 new goalies. New goalies. I've been saying this for 3 freaking years now. We're done. Done with this experiment of Elvis and Greaves. I mean, Greaves maybe.
I like Jet. Well, they were pretty good this year.
Jet, especially
not
Jet.
Good enough. Jet
especially
was good.
Jet.
But I think Elvis.
Cavs just took the lead, baby. Cavs just took the lead.
I think Elvis was much more solid than he has been.
Not solid enough.
Elvis had his best year as a Jacket, and it still wasn't that good. So there it is.
That's fair.
But Jet proved that he can be an NHL goalie, whether it's a backup or a starter. I think Jet proved it. And the thing we have, it was in their back pocket. We just heard it at the end of the year. Sergei Ivanov. I don't know how you say it really. They're hoping to sign him. He wants to come over to the NHL now that his KHL contract's expired. So the Jackets own his rights. So they're hoping to sign him to a contract. And this kid is supposedly a stud. So we will see. And as far as free agents are concerned, free agents don't. Well, it's not free agents don't. It's free agents. There isn't that many high profile guys on the free agent list nowadays, and I'm assuming the Cavs hit a big shot.
Yeah, I want you to watch it. I think we're ahead of you. Wait
you are.
Wait till you see what Evan Mobley's about to do.
Oh Christ! Oh God! Oh my God! Whoa! Okay.
Well, and then he gets dunked on, so it's no big deal.
All right. Suck his
Go
dick.
ahead.
Suck his dick, Sure Thompson.
Back to hockey.
Okay. Did he get dunked? Oh yeah, Jaron.
Evan Mobley's taking this game over. Evan Mobley, the big dunk and then a 3-pointer. Cavs up 4.
That's weird.
This might be the put it on the throat moment, boys.
No, stop it. You shut your mouth when you're talking to us.
Evan shooting the basketball has been really good in this series.
Okay. What we're saying? Yeah. What the hell we're saying? Yeah, Ivanov. So hopefully that works out. Free agents just aren't available on the free agent market, and top tier free agents aren't available on the NHL free agency anymore. So they're going to have to trade if they want some high profile guys here. So we'll see.
All right.
I agree with the free agency. It's not the most appetizing pool this offseason. But the team's not good enough. Like it's not.
No, right.
The team's not, and that's a problem. And it's tough because it's such a likable team. Minus, sorry to shit on Elvis. I'm sure he's a good guy. But like, you have still have gaps at defense. At times this is one of the most prolific offenses in the NHL, and then at times they can't control the puck, and it just drives me maddening. And it kind of feels like you're watching a Cavs game where it's just there's such dramatic shifts of momentum and just lack there and absence, an abyss of momentum, and it's it's like with all of our teams, we're just looking for some consistency. And you see when you get that consistency, like the Guardians have been very consistent this year. They're not blowing anyone out of the water, but offense has been pretty good. Pitching has been great. And it just keeps you in that running, that race for the playoffs longer. And you can't come back from how poor this team started the year in close games and games that they had the lead in going into the third period. And I think Bones changed a lot of that culture somehow. I think he gave him Mike's magic juice to do that. I don't know what else he changed, but you hope that if they can figure that out, maybe find some key pieces in trades, maybe move on from like a Ken Johnson, or maybe move on from the Elvis side, and you find some other like young up and coming acquisition you can pull in. Maybe things can start shifting the right way, but they're not good enough yet.
Yeah, I mean that's really where the season was lost, was those blown leads in the beginning of the season with Everson.
Yeah.
Right? You talk about the long skid that they went on at the end, but really, it took a magical run for them to even get to where they were, and you knew it wasn't sustainable. So I mean, when you really look at the grand scheme of things, it was lost back when Everson was still the coach, and they blew all of those third period leads. One thing I would really love to see the Jackets do is get some more stay-at-home defensemen. Right now, they have too many offensive defensemen guys. Not that I hate it, because I mean I think they led the league in goals by defensemen. But they need more stay-at-home guys, because you need guys that are content with staying back at the blue line, getting back and protecting the front of the net. Because for as good as they were protecting the front of the net in that long winning streak that they went on, they really slacked. They really reverted back to their old ways in that long losing skid. So I really like to see, for every Zach Werenski, I need a Dennis Savard.
But I do think that has become, in my opinion, the clear area they have to address this year, because I think the moves they made obviously re-signing Coyle, but then the trades they made and Marchment and Garland, and you've got I think Fantilli really kind of came on as the year went on, which was nice to see, even though Boone didn't. You got to see a big step forward out of Sillinger at some point, and out of Kent Johnson at some point. But I think offensively, you've got this group of young guys that needs to take a step forward, but you supplemented them well with good players. You got to have some toughness on the back end. You got to have some toughness in the defensive end. And I think it's very clear where they need to improve. Joe, I know you say goalie, but a couple actual stud defenders. I don't give a shit if they score goals, to be honest. Just give me some stud defenders that can be distributors on offense and that can defend the offensive zone as well, right? That's what I love about a really good defensive player, even if they're not a good goal scorer or whatever, but a guy that can defend the other team from getting the puck out of the zone. Give me a couple of those guys that just make life difficult. And I feel like the Jackets, it feels with their collapse this year that they're really far off. I don't think they're all that far off. I think they're very close to being a pretty damn good hockey team.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean with stay-at-home defensemen, right? Those guys who are content not really getting in the mix and offensively, right? They keep it in the zone when it comes back to the blue line, right? They give their team a chance to score goals, right? I mean, because that's what Savard was so good at. That's what Gavrikov was so good at, right? Protecting the front of the net, getting the puck out of their zone, and keeping it in the offensive zone. So, I would like to see them get a couple of those guys.
Yeah, agree. All right, so that's just kind of all the stuff going on around sports. And so I thought, guys, it's been a minute since we've done one of these, and I think we need to get back into doing more of these on the show, and we're going to. So I sent you a text. I hope you guys prepared. We're going to do a draft. It's going to be a 5-round draft. And this draft is current athletes only. So it's a little different than anything we've done in the past.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, I gotta rethink.
Yes, you do. They have to be current.
Okay.
And we're doing current athletes, and we're doing a roommate draft. So we're not talking about the best athletes. We're talking about if you had to sign up a couple of these guys to be roommates, you had to live with them, share a living space, be around them all the time. Who are the current athletes you would want to be roommates with? And so here's the stipulations. You got to pick one Cavalier. You got to pick one Guardian. You got to pick one Cleveland Brown. You got to pick one Columbus Blue Jacket, and then you get a wild card athlete of your choice. And it can be anybody. Does not have to be Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio. It could be anybody you want from any sport. They just have to be a current athlete.
Easy.
All right. So we're doing the current athlete roommates draft, and we're gonna snake draft it. I'm gonna write it down so that we've got this squared away, and we're gonna go. Joe, you got the first pick.
Great.
Chad, you're in the middle, and I got the third pick. So Joe.
So 5 total picks.
Correct.
4
5
sports,
total picks.
1 wild card.
Right.
I'm going to get my Guardians off the list because it is my 1A.
This is the 1-1.
Give me Stephen Kwan.
What?
Stephen Kwan.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Are you as a roommate?
What?
As a roommate? Come on, let's think about it.
Okay.
We're just going to play chess. I play a lot of chess. We're going to play a lot of chess. It's going to be great. I think he's going to be very clean. I think he cooks. He could cook. Now we're out watching basketball. I think it'd be great. Good time.
Okay.
Listen, I think this was my number 2 Guardian. This is my number 2 Guardian.
What the fuck was that, Donovan?
This was my number 2 Guardian. I think Quan would be an amazing roommate. I'm with you. I could sit down, hang out, play chess. But I'm shocked that was the first pick. Shocked.
Really?
So your Guardian's off the board. I have a feel. Well, we'll see what Chad does here. I have a feeling Chad's going to go with the guy I thought was getting taken here.
Yeah, Austin fucking Hedges.
Yeah, I knew this.
This is a guy you're going to be able to sit up till 4 a.m. to playing video games with and drinking beers talking about like chicks and like I don't know, like playing Marry Fuck Kill, like I don't know. I feel like he would just keep it light all the time, like he's there for the boys. Like yeah, Austin Hedges, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, 5 guy.
God, I got a little excited when you took Quan. I was like, "Oh my God!" Maybe
I totally thought I was gonna have to rethink my Guardian.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, now you do.
Here's the thing. I'm not just going to call, in my opinion, I don't know that Hedges is the 1A Guardian. I think Hedges is the 1A guy you could take on this list.
The 1A Guardian roommate, yeah.
I mean, I don't mean Guardian. I mean,
yeah.
Browns, Cavs,
Yeah.
Blue Jackets, Guardians. I think this is the runaway number 1 pick.
Yeah.
This is LeBron James in 2003. This is easy. That's an easy pick. And I like Quan, but whoa. Now I have no idea who I'm going to take for the Guardians. It's
Well, no
brutal.
rush.
Okay, yeah. So my Guardians player will be my last player. I'm actually the one I am going to struggle with the most is probably the Jackets, and so I'm going to get my Jacket off the board first. And the player that I feel like I could have a good time with, but also there'd be a lot of entertaining moments being a roommate of his. I'm taking Matthew Olivier as my Columbus Blue Jacket because I think we'd smash some beers. I think he'd be like a real mellow, laid back, chill guy. But then I think if anybody ever tried to mess with us ever, they're just getting their asses knocked out, just straight knocked out. I'd probably have to bail out Olivier a couple times, but like he always has your back. He is loyal to a fault. I'm taking Matthew Olivier off the board. Okay. Do we have any objections?
What? No, I'm pissed because that was going to be mine.
Then I'm going to go to the Cavs, and I'm going to go to a dude that I think is just going to be a good time all the time, and that's Jared Allen. Jared Allen is the easy Cleveland Cavaliers pick. They're 2 very different dudes, although I think both pretty quiet guys. I think Jared Allen a little bit more extroverted, very happy, very smiley, likes to make people happy. I think Olivier is a little bit less of that. So I think Jared Allen brings the overall morale up in the room, and then Olivier's just got everybody's back all the time, and you can never have too much of that. So I'm going Matthew Olivier, number 1 from the Jackets, Jared Allen from the Cavs. Back to you, Chad.
I'm going to go, even though these days are over for me, but I'm going to go with the Cavs, and I'm going to go James Harden.
Wow. Wow. Hedges and Harden?
Do I think
there's so much body hair going on here?
Do I think Harden would be like the coolest dude all the time? No. But do I think that if I'm going out with the boys that I want access to every VIP room in every strip club in the country? Yeah, I think James Harden's the guy. I think James Harden's the guy. He's the guy I want in my corner. Right, bottle service. God. Send up the 4 or 5 girls. Right, we're gonna go to the strip club, and Hedges is gonna be all about it. Hedges is gonna be in there shirtless, just getting the party going. Yeah, James Harden. Let's fucking go.
Hedges is gonna be making more money than the strippers in there. Dudes are gonna be like, Hedgie, take my money.
Yeah, dude, 1,000%. Like I'm just thinking like a wild weekends every day for these roommates, and we're just gonna spend our weeks like recovering. Yeah, I'm in.
Hedges and Harden.
You guys are going just straight partying for the roommates.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it practical. And
Hedges and Harden is wild. Yeah, you go ahead, Joe.
This might shock you. I'm going Blue Jackets, and I don't think we're gonna get along. But give me Ellis Merzlikins.
Wow.
And we're you're
gonna tell him how shitty of a goalie he is?
Yeah, just constantly.
No, we're just gonna work.
Suck.
We're gonna work out. We're gonna play stick hockey. We're just gonna practice. I'm just gonna be throwing stuff at him all day. He's got to catch it. So that's my Blue Jackets pick.
I think that might be the worst pick. I think you've immediately taken the worst pick in the draft.
Yeah, I'll keep it up. Actually, no, I think this next one will be good. I'm gonna go my wild card. I want to take LeBron as my wild card.
Oh, yeah.
He's never home. He's always busy. but we're definitely living at his house.
And when he is home, you're just drinking wines on the driveway. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I could be down
some
with
wine
that.
on the driveway. Like nothing bad about that. He got, every entertainment amenity possible at the house. And then he's gone. When he's not playing basketball, he's doing productions and see ya.
I can't. I'm not going to be mad about taking LeBron. I think he'd be a good roommate. I think he'd be a good ass roommate.
What?
You're off to a tough start here, Joe. It's a tough start. Joe needs a minute to just get himself together. Chad,
Just
why don't you go ahead?
Collect his
my brown
thoughts.
steak.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, Christ.
That's the hardest one.
Yeah,
It is.
I think it is the hardest one.
Chad, you've got Hedges and Harden. Who are we pairing up with those two?
I think I'm going to go with my wild card. Man, there's so many options. Like, I'm debating between the two. Hey, you know what? Let's just continue with this party theme. No, actually, no. Give me Charlie Day. Charlie Day. It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
No. It's an athlete draft.
Athlete.
You stupid
Oh,
idiot.
shit. All right, fine.
It can be any sport. It can be any league. It can be any, but you can't.
Charlie Day is a great basketball. I don't know if you ever saw it. Fine. You know what? John Daly. Give me fucking John Daly then. Like,
brother, you have got a house with Austin Hedges, James Harden, and John Daly.
Yeah. Yep.
Christ.
Because when we're all wasted at the end of the night, John Daly's going to still be up at 5 a.m, just chugging like good morning day vodka and lemonades or whatever the fuck is John Boy Lemonades is called, and he's just going to be telling us stories. And I'm going to be there for all of them, and I just want to document them all because John Daly built a pond like 45 acres on the back of his property to hide a boat from his ex-wife. So she couldn't take it. Like, I'm in for all these John Daly stories. So John Daly's my wild card.
You can't argue it. At some point, points against for cigarette smoke has got to come in. Like,
sure, he's got to go
I don't
out
want to
back.
smell like that all the time.
Yeah, no, he's got to go out back.
That's a great pick. It's a good pick. So you got Hedges, Harden, and John Daly.
Damn right.
Wild. Well, I guess I'll take my Brown. I'm going to take Myles Garrett. You got to. There's some stuff I don't like about Myles. He's never driving, ever.
No.
He's
God,
never
no.
the ride. He's never the ride. We will get
Unless
there
you're late.
fast. No, yeah, nah. But we get some cool like behind the scenes stuff at the Olympics, at the Winter Olympics would be cool because of his girlfriend. And listen, I want to do it here. I can definitely nerd out and get into like a big ass game of Dungeons and Dragons and just that can be the thing. I think Myles and I would connect on some like nerdy video gamey kind of stuff. Plus we're both Aggies. And so there's some things about Myles that are not my favorite, but I think Myles as a roommate, man, you want to have an in night, like a game night, have a couple drinks, chill. I think Myles could be your guy for that. So I'm going to bring in Myles. And then you guys both have your Guardian, so I don't need to do that. Well, you both have your wild card too. So I guess it doesn't really matter what I do here. But I'll take my wild card. And I'm just going to bring in a bit of the Irish, and I'm going to go Rory. I'm going to go Rory McIlroy. I think he'd be a blast. I think we got the Irish humor. I think we're drinking some Guinness. I think again, you brought up you guys kind of made up some things that I think you made some assumptions that we don't know that we can just allow. Like Joe, you said you're just going to live at LeBron's house. All right, well, maybe you might just be in an apartment in Lakewood, though. Like, all right, and
no, the LA one.
And Chad, you talked about what Harden would get you at strip clubs and such. How about
the guy loves him some titties? What do you want?
How about the access at golf courses? I'm going to get with Rory McIlroy. Like, give me that, plus the Guinness, plus plus the Irish part of him. I'll take Rory McIlroy. He'll be my wild card.
John Daly, same. Fine.
There's
Plus
probably
the
some
Guinness.
places. There's probably some places he doesn't get into at
That's
this point.
fine. That's fine. I'll still get into some golf courses I don't get into.
Like, I feel like you're right about that, but I feel like one of the first things I would do with Rory as a roommate, I want to go to that indoor place that they play. That what's that league called? Like the place in Vegas,
The TFL or whatever it is.
Oh my God,
TGL.
And the green morphs to like change its layout so it matches the hole, and like we're just going to play there all the time. We're getting in there. So I got Rory. That's my wild card pick. Chad, you got Hedges, Harden, and John Daly.
I'm gonna go with my jacket here. I thought this was going to be the hardest one, but when I thought about it, no, it's I'm going to go with Kirill Marchenko. I think Kirill Marchenko's got that like
Wild pick.
Picturing me like I'm picturing like Ovi Stanley Cup celebration, like Russian in him. Like I feel like he's just going to be that wild, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I feel like he's quite the charmer when he talks to girls, right? So I feel like we got this in the bag. Kirill Marchenko.
That's not a pick I saw coming. All right, Joe, you've got Stephen Kwan, Elvis Merzlikins, and LeBron. So you need a Cavalier and you need a Cleveland Brown to round out your.
Oh,
We're
right.
gonna be teaching Kirill more English.
Let's go Browns. Give me Shadur, man.
Ooh.
Give me Shadur, the obvious Brown pick.
Is that the obvious pick?
Yeah, I just want to watch. I just want to see what goes on in the head, and I'm very curious. I don't know if it's even going to be like a fun party atmosphere with them, but it would be fun to observe kind of what's going on there. Cavs, is that the last one I have?
That's your last one.
Can I pick Delhi? Is he still playing anywhere?
No, they have to currently play for the team.
I don't know. Give me
Delhi.
Strus.
Ow, that's such a good pick for you to just like. Oh, here, this game is now going the way every other game has gone in Detroit. The Cavaliers pulled ahead, and now Detroit hits 2 3-pointers, and now they are up 95-89 with like 5 minutes to go in the game. So, Strus is a phenomenal pick. He was my number 2 Cav. I think Strus is just a good ass time.
Why?
I think you're gonna have some fun times. I think Strus is a good kind of like a chill party guy, but still kind of
This
a party
is a
guy.
wild game for knowing nothing about who these people are.
Down for a good time, but I don't think you're ever getting in trouble with Strus. But also, again, I think Strus is one of these guys. In a roommate, you look at the way he plays on the court. In a roommate, you want a guy that won't be afraid to mix it up if you got to. And Strus would be the first. I'm just saying, if you're out as a group of roommates and somebody's being an asshole or somebody says something, Strus will be the first guy in your line of roommates that's like, all right, let's throw down if we got to. You got to have that guy in your roommate group. You got to.
Nobody else in my group's doing that.
No, none of your other guys are doing that, but Strus will. Shadur is running away fast and crying.
Shadur's running away. LeBron's running away.
Yeah, well, LeBron. No, I think LeBron just walks away with a whatever drink is in his hand. I don't give a fuck about this.
He's probably not even there, to be honest.
Strus will mix it up if he needs to. He'll mix it up, and I like that about him. All right, so you've got Quan, Elvis Merzlikins, LeBron, Shadur.
So
Sanders.
weird. So weird.
Shadur Sanders' pick is so bad too, and Strus. You didn't win. I'm just throwing this out there. We'll throw it out for a vote, but you did not win. Chad, you got Hedges. That's your guardian. You got James Harden. That's your cab. You got John Daly, wild card pick. Phenomenal. You got Kirill Marchenko, real fucking weird pick as your blue jacket. And so you got a Cleveland Brown left.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Spencer Fano.
God damn it.
I feel like he is such a nice kid, right? I feel like he's going to be down for anything. I feel like he's real personable, right? He's going to be a good time whenever we go hang out with him. And at the same time, it feels like he's just so innocent and gullible that we'd be drawing like dicks on his face by the end of the night when he passes out first. And then when we get up in the morning, we're going to be scrambling because he's going to be so pissed when he finds dicks on his face.
Nah, see, I bet he'd think it's funny.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
Wake up thinking it's funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, Spencer Flano, my Brown.
He was my number 2. He was my number 2 Brown. Yeah, really good. The Browns were the hardest ones. And it's such a different era, right? Because had we done this draft 1 year ago, Joel Bitonio's easy. I want to go
Jokes.
I'm cool with Joe Bitonio being a roommate. Wyatt Teller, hell yeah. Wyatt Teller can be my roommate any day of the week. That's a good time. David Njoku, what a good time. What a good roommate that would be. There were so many.
What was the Scottish Hammer's name?
Jamie Gillen.
Jamie Gillen would have been great.
Yeah, but even just last year's team would have been chock full of roommates. Now it's like I took Miles, and there are parts of Miles that I'm like, he would piss me off. Like, there are things he would do that would annoy the shit out of me.
Like what?
I think he's a little bit. I do think he's a little bit of a diva. I do think he is. I think he's a little bit of a prima donna. So that would bother me a little bit because that's just not my personality type per se. But like then you get to it, and like Fano was my number 2, bro. I'm sitting here like maybe Rex Sunahara would be fun. I don't know. Like there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys I don't want to be roommates with.
Most of them.
But this was a tough one.
Also is on that list. I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, Shedeur really quickly went off my list. All right, so my last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant of this draft, and I got a Guardian left. It's another group that's just very difficult. Because there's just some guys you don't really know how they are. Like I don't really know how Kyle Manzardo is as a person. I don't know how Reese Hoskins is so much. There's just a lot of guys that I'm not sure about. And so I had to just take a swing on a guy that I'm not sure about yet, that I'm pretty confident about. Would just be a good roommate, a good dude, overall a laid back guy, somebody that would give us a great spot to go vacation when he wants to go visit his family. And I'll take Travis Bajana.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to move Bajana into my arrangement here. And I think he brings just the total chill vibes, but also like intense when it's appropriate. Like I don't know what you guys think of when you think of roommates, but I think of like game nights, going out, doing shit like that. I think Bazzano would be I think he would be intense when it's appropriate. I think he would be chill when it's appropriate. And I'm down to bring the young buck in to join the roommate group. So let's run them through really quick again. Joe, damn. I feel like in Joe's house, it's going to be Joe and Stephen Kwan locked in a room playing chess, trying to avoid the rest of the roommates.
Yeah, Shedeur's going to be down there going, are they fucking
Mission accomplished.
Shedeur's going to be downstairs going, are they fucking coming out? Or
every last one of the roommates, every other one, they're like, no, fuck. Can we just get away from these guys? Stephen Kwan, good pick. Elvis Merzlikins, LeBron James. I would hang out with LeBron. I'd be down with that. So I won't give you a ton of shit for that.
It's not a bad pick.
But Shedeur Sanders, and I would hang out with Max Strus. Really, you had 2 really bad picks. The other 3 I think are fine. But Kwan, Elvis Merzlikins, LeBron, Shedeur Sanders, Max Strus. Those are Joe's roommates. Chad.
Donovan
Hedges.
Mitchell's been so awful.
Yeah, bad again. Hedges, Harden, Daly, Marchenko, and Fano.
Marchenko's a wild card in that.
Marchenko is sitting in that group like, what the
He's
fuck?
sitting in that group like, I don't know what any of these people are saying because they speak
No.
Russian.
Marchenko's so personable. He'd be like, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy.
I do not know.
We go to bar, and we have drink. Big boss, big money. No, that's Voronkov. Big boss,
Yeah,
big
right.
money.
but Hedges, I think he was my 1A number 1 pick. Harden, I am what?
Yeah,
about?
strippers. Hello.
And I loved your Spencer Fano pick. He was my other guy on the Browns. He was my number 2 Brown. Because I think he would just be rock solid all the way around. Good dude.
Hell yeah.
I took Matthew Olivier, Jared Allen, Myles Garrett, Rory McIlroy, Travis Bajana. I think having an Irishman and an Australian in there. Then you get a fighter with Matthew
Rui just hit
Olivier.
the 3.
You get who hit the 3?
My roommate.
Oh, it's your roommate. You get a fighter in there with Olivier. You get Mr. like chill out everybody. Everybody have a good time with Jared Allen. And then Myles Garrett's just going to put together a good game of Dungeons and Dragons. And that's kind of why I brought him in, to be honest. I don't know. We're going to have to post this. And then you guys can vote online and let us know who you think the winner is. Immediately, though, your guys' gut feeling, who's the winner? All right, Chad thinks it's him. I think it's me.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you're looking for, right? What everybody looks for. It's very subjective. This is very subjective.
Chad thinks it's him, and I think it's me. So, Joe, for the show, it's going to be the tying vote. Because
Yeah,
you know
really
it's not
does
Joe.
not have to live with 5 other dudes.
Yeah, it's a nightmare situation. But,
No,
but we
it's
got to
pretty
figure it out.
nightmare. I will say, I think Chad has the more fun crew. Like, it's definitely more debauchery centered in that.
Yeah, my
crew.
floors are going to be so sticky with dried up beer.
Yeah, it's just total like frat house vibes, and I think you knocked it out of the park with that. I think you have a lot of practicality in yours, Mike. Go Chad's. I think that's just gonna be like it's gonna be a wild time.
I feel like for as much as James would love, taking us to strip clubs, I feel like I would have to fend off hookers. Like I'd be like, no, James, you're not allowed to bring hookers back to the house.
Naughty in the comments says way too much glitter at Chad's house. So much glitter.
Cinnamon and diamond. You stay at the Crazy Horse.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome up to the main stage, Thumper.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
God
John
almighty.
Daly walks out.
Yeah. Yes, he would. And that's the thing, he would.
Shit. All right.
You would be Thumper.
It was good to get back into that. It has been a long time since we've done that, and we're going to start getting back into a little bit of this to end our shows. But that's going to do it now for episode 312. We do have to do our cheers of the week, and then we're getting out of here. And so, Joe, why don't you lead us off? Cheer of the week.
Man, I guess I don't really have a set one. I'll go with Zorna. Just what he's brought to the Guardians, man. I mean, just give us good baseball. Like, I don't think we're like hitting on that enough of like you just have a solid start to the season. We did not have that last year. We were kind of freaking out a little bit about this point with the Guardians of just like how stressed we were. And summer's so much more fun when baseball's good. Like it is just a totally different vibe to summer, and I'm stoked for it. So go Guards, man. Go Guards.
Go Guards. Love that. Chad.
I'm going to cheers my list. That's fucking awesome.
So stupid. All right. Well, listen, since the last time we talked, I'm going to cheers. I might have done this last week. I don't even remember, to be honest. I'm going to cheers moms because it was Mother's Day. And if I did it last week, that's fine. I think I did. But even if I did, back-to-back cheers for moms because moms kick ass. My mom kicks ass. My wife kicks ass. She's a mom. If you got a mom, if you got a wife, if you got moms in your life, they kick ass. And what they do is tough as shit. And I know that because my secondary cheers is myself, because my wife is out of town for the week. And it is me and a full-time job and other things and the kids. And oh shit, they are still alive. So I'm cheersing myself.
Let's go.
Not only are they still alive, they were in bed. I got 2 shows on Wednesday. My kids tonight, they went to school. I picked them up from school. I took them to Crocker Park, Urban Air Adventure Park. Usually an absolute nightmare of a place. It's like an indoor trampoline kind of place at Crocker Park. Usually it's a crowded ass nightmare. 4:00 on a weekday, we were the only people in there. It was amazing. I was there from 4 to 5:30. There were maybe 20 other people there by the time we left. It was the best time to go, and my kids couldn't have had more fun. So we had that going. Then I got, Cavs just pulled to within. They were down 9. Now they're down to within 2. Then took him, got Jets Pizza. Love that for us for dinner. Came down. I said, hey, you guys got to hang out in the basement while I do my first show at 7 o'clock. They did. My daughter fell asleep. I took her upstairs. She just stayed in bed. Beautiful thing. Then my son went right to bed because he's an adult-ass kid, and he's about to be 9. Went right to bed. So I'm cheersing myself for just the world's greatest parenting, I think.
Not a boy.
And I'm watching Joe react to game.
It's
And
nuts.
I don't like it.
We gotta watch the end of this game.
Well, we
We
might.
have to
All right.
react to it.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we just, before we get out of here, because there's only 45 seconds left in the game, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Detroit Pistons, Evan Mobley just got fouled. He's going to the free throw line. The Cavaliers down 2, 103 to 101 with 45 seconds to go. So let's see what happens.
Mobley just makes me so nervous when he's just out on the top of the key. He just does. I don't
You
know
know
what
what?
it is.
Well,
Mike,
Ev
you
just
should-
made
you
his first
should-
free throw.
You should cut out the podcast. Like, just do your closing because this could be 5 minutes, but we can stay on live if everyone's watching with us.
No,
know what I mean?
we're good. Oh, yeah,
just
I
gonna
got what you're
roll.
saying. Oh, I see what
You know
you're
what I mean?
saying, just so the podcast isn't weird. Well, the Cavs, Evan Mobley hit both free throws. The Cavs have tied the game with 45 seconds to go, so we'll see what happens here as the Pistons have taken a timeout. So, yes, I'll end it, and then we'll just stay live. But that's going to do it for episode 312 of the Garage Beers podcast. We just want to give our thank yous out. Thank you to the OBR for hosting us. Get over to theobr.com and make sure you are subscribed there. And a humongous thank you to those of you that joined us live tonight. If you didn't join us live, remember you can catch us on YouTube, Twitch, on Apple, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We appreciate you tuning in. And we've got more fun plans coming this whole summer. But we will see you next week for episode 313. Until then, for Chad Meyer over on the east side of Cleveland, for Joey Whalen out there in Seattle, I am Michael Keefe here on the west side of Cleveland. And go follow the show at The Garage Beers on all the socials. Until next week for episode 313, that's going to do it for us. See you then. As always, cheers, everybody.
Woo-hoo.
Bam. And then we just stay live, you know?
And then we'll just stay live. If you're with us,
Because
you can hang
they
out
went
with
to
us.
commercial. There's 45 seconds, which is like
We are
7
tied.
minutes of actual time in basketball
right.
terms.
I got to give props to Jared Allen, man. Like,
Yes,
he's getting pushed around from here to Kingdom Come, and he's still battling.
Yeah.
he's
He,
been.
he wouldn't have done that in years past. He would have folded in years past.
So, how bad has Donovan Mitchell been?
4 for 14, 0 for
14
7
points,
from 3-point.
4 for 14, 0 for 7 from 3, but he's made all his free throws, so that's nice. James Harden's been great. 27
Yeah.
points. Gotten to the free throw line 8 times. That's been great. Dean Wade. Mobley, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks, 4 turnovers, but he's been his normal self.
What's Strus
Max-
at?
Strus has 20 points off the bench, 6 of 8 from beyond the arc. Like, that's been gorgeous. So let's see.
Ooh, no timeouts left for the Pistons.
Yep. That's huge. 2
No
for the
timeouts
Cavs.
left. Let's see what happens here.
Cavs have a challenge. That's good.
That's helpful. Looks like the Pistons did something and I got a rebound.
You guys are ahead of me, and I don't like this.
Oh, we can pause at the next.
Let's see what's going on. 20-some seconds.
Shabuzi.
Turnover. Oh yeah, that's just like
turnover.
a shot clock violation.
All right, wait.
Hell yeah.
Mike, let's pause on the inbound whenever whoever catches it.
All right, pause on the
Pause it.
inbound, and then is Chad going to tell
And
us
then
when he's
Chad,
ready?
when you see the person catch the inbound pass, say go.
All right, pause on
Okay.
the catch. Pause on the catch.
Yep.
Cavs ball with 19 seconds to go. Or,
This is
I'm sorry,
huge.
21 seconds.
You want me to say go when they catch it on the inbound?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
All right, I'm paused.
me too.
Okay. Wait for it. Wait
Pretty hard.
for it. Wait for it. And go.
Okay,
Damn. You're pretty far behind.
here we go.
All right, here
Come
we go,
on.
boys.
Come on, idiots.
Come on, Donovan, do one good thing.
Yeah, seriously. If you don't make one basket this entire night, make this one. Holy shit.
Better go now. Oh, he's in the lane. Oh, he got it
Got
stolen.
stripped.
Fucking A.
Oh, and they fouled him.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Oh no, they didn't. Oh, they
They
can't
don't have
challenge it either.
They don't have a challenge
I
left
ran
either.
out. Ah, we're going overtime.
All right.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Okay.
Well,
That'll do, donkey.
That'll do.
Yeah.
well,
If I didn't have to get up
That's part
at
of the
4:15, I would definitely stay up. But
yeah. Well, thanks for whoever hung on.
Yeah.
All
right.
I don't think we're going to stay on for overtime, but
no.
All right, boys. Good stuff.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
bye.